Hey guys, welcome to Life Theory.
Today, we're going to talk about new beginnings.
Speaking of new beginnings, welcome to Season 4!
Season 3.
Hey guys, and welcome back. We are, of course, joined by our lovely co-host, Eliana. And we are talking about new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've had a new beginning with that. I'm
Yes.
starting this summer a new beginning
Mm-hmm.
with trying to, at this point, like, partially go in business for myself. So, I'm super excited about that and how that's going to happen. But to start with, what are we drinking?
Today, we're drinking an iced lemon meringue latte. Mine didn't quite turn out right. I don't know about yours.
I love mine. I don't know if you like it. Here, you can try.
That one's better. I think what happened is I used up the toasted marshmallow on mine.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, the bottom of that bottle, so there's not as much. There's more lemon than anything.
Tastes odd.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. And I don't think this is in it.
Okay.
But it tastes like mold a little bit. I think it's a mixture of like the meringue and the lemon, like the acidity.
Yeah, something.
But
it tastes weird.
a little bit like mold. Which, by the way, these are fresh lattes, so like it's not.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And she had milk.
She had milk, yeah. Yeah, she had all organic, unpasteurized, unharmonized. So
made fresh today.
Gotta love it when it's farm fresh. I don't know.
Well,
I think that joke has expired. Pardon the pun.
oh my goodness.
So
gracious.
we're talking about new beginnings.
Yes.
You of course have new beginnings with having a child. Wait, I already went over this.
Yeah,
I have
we
new
talked
beginnings
about that a
doing
little bit.
business.
Why?
Why
do we?
Yes, the first point. Let's look at the sheet. Also I gotta apologize. I'm a little tired today, so if this is a little unhinged, I apologize in advance. The last thing I want to say is also this is more of an opinion podcast.
Yeah.
We do have some Bible in there because the Bible has something to say about everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just kind of our experiences with new beginnings and some thoughts and ideas we have from it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first, as you were saying, why?
Yes.
Why should we start something new?
Mm-hmm. Because some people are going to be like, well, things are going great. I like where I'm at. I'm comfortable with life. Why should I bother?
Or maybe they're like, okay, things aren't going that great, but it's better than, like, it could be worse.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could be in a comfortable position.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not in a great position.
Yeah.
It's very scary to do new things. Mm-hmm. So why should we even consider doing new things?
Exactly.
First one is you'll never get further in life.
Yeah.
Like, new things, and if you never try new things, you will never have opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for instance, like right now, my life is going pretty good. I'm a para. I was also a registered
Therapist.
registered behavioral technician.
Technician.
Yeah, I'm not a therapist technically, but I do therapy. And so my life's going pretty good. So it's like, why would I do a new thing
Mm-hmm.
that could very well just fail?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, it's a little on the rocks of what's going to happen. And it's for opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have the opportunity to start a business. And right now, I'm in a position, I don't have a lot of dependents. I don't got a lot of bills. I'm in a position where I could take a risk and work a part-time job, because that's what I'm doing, working a part-time job during the summer, and then spending the rest of my time on my business.
Mm-hmm.
And it might do amazing, it might do horrible.
Yeah.
And that's a risk I'm going to take.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first thing, is it lets us get further in life, possibly, and it gives us new opportunities we wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And then more broadly,
it helps us grow. New things can help define your character. They can help you. Well, you'll never learn if you never do something new. You'll never have that character development in any way if everything's the same.
Yep. Being put in new situations lets you know who you actually are in that situation. It lets you know, oh, I realize, like, I'm not as patient as I thought I was, or I'm not as happy as I thought I was, or I'm not at, like, new situations can show you areas you need to grow in.
So, an example. So, I know how to drive stick shift for, manual
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
transmission vehicles. Some may not know what that is. Go look it up. And
I've driven once.
Yeah.
Stalled out only twice.
Nice. It took me a while before I actually figured it out.
Yeah.
But in a transmission car, reverse is all the way over to the right and back. So I did something new recently. I drove a dump truck. Yeah. So the first dump truck I drove had an automatic transmission. So, that it's interesting. They have like a little box and you push the button of which one you want to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what you're doing in all the other ones anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So they took up the least amount of space possible because dump trucks have a lot of switches for a lot of different stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, so that was fairly easy. I mean, it's this massive vehicle. But then I got into a different dump truck later. And it was stick shift. Okay, cool. I know how to drive stick shift. So I had to back it up. I put it in reverse, or so I thought. Started hitting the gas and started going forward. I'm like, that's not where I was intending to go. For those of you who don't know, a car will have no more than 6 gears, and semi-truck and or dump truck will have 9 with a switch that makes it up to 18.
Yes.
So there's 9 different options besides reverse. And this one, usually they'll have it written out on the top of the handle that you use to switch gears. Well, this one's old enough that it didn't. So I went through multiple of those gears trying to find reverse. Turns out it's all the way closest to you and push forward.
Oh,
and then
so
you
it's
go
the
in
first.
reverse.
It's before first gear.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, doesn't that make more sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I feel like that, rather than being like, I'm gonna go into 5th gear. I have this engine fully revved up.
Yes. It's more like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I did something new. I drove
Yeah.
a dump truck. And because of that, I learned, I grew in my knowledge, and now I know where reverse is. And then today, I got in another dump truck, and they actually had it written out on top of the knob. But then, I also learned that you gotta be careful because sometimes, like, this is also a really old dump truck. The brakes were, wow, messed up. So it was like, as I'm trying to back up. But yeah, that was interesting. I didn't hit anything, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but new things help us grow.
Yeah.
Without new things, I wouldn't have known that reverse on a dump truck was all the way to the left and forward.
So yeah, new things. We need to grow. And something new. I mean, the Bible talks about new things. One of the biggest things that they talk about being new is a very positive thing,
Yes.
which is salvation. In 2 Corinthians 5:17 it says, "Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new." So, there it shows, like, things should be new. There should be a lot of new things. It even talks about the Lord giving us a new song in our heart. And so we should want things to become new, as long as they're new to glorify God.
There are multiple different references about that idea, that topic of new things in life, and just kind of that idea. It's throughout the Bible, so highly recommend looking into that.
Yeah, you should do a study on new things. We actually kind of thought about possibly doing it as a study about new things. But the more we looked into it, the more we're like, oh, this is so much. Like, we couldn't cover it properly in one podcast. So you guys should do a study, and who knows, maybe someday we'll do an actual one about new things, like, itself.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to talk about our new things.
Yes.
Well, the last thing I will say as a counterpoint, new things are scary.
They are, yes.
Right? Especially, like, they're scary and uncomfortable when you're used to your own way of life. Especially when it's, like, a good way of life. Like, it doesn't suck. It's not miserable.
Yeah.
Then doing something new adds a lot of risk. And then especially when you have people that are depending on you, like a wife or kids, then doing something new is very scary. And so there's a lot, like, but even with someone like me, like, I'm moved out, so I have, like, rent, I have insurance, I have things that just ask for money whether I have it or not.
Yes.
And so when you get in that position versus money being spent is more of a luxury than a need, then all of a sudden new things is scary, because new things could mean you don't have enough money to eat. So I can definitely acknowledge it, but because of the things we talked about, it's still worth it.
Yes.
So let's talk about some new things that we've learned in some of the new adventures we've been going on.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, most recently we had a child.
Newborn. It's in the name.
One of the biggest things that, like, you hear about a lot, so was kind of expected, but it's still a new thing, is it's exhausting. For the first month after we got home, so for those of you who may not know, there was a lot of complications at the birth, so we actually ended up in Madison for a month. And so, and anyway, things are crazy. Go back to I don't remember which episode it was, but near the end ish, there's the God is Good episode or God is Great. I can't remember what, but watch that. Tells all about that story. But anyway, after the first month of getting back, so I wear this. This is a smartwatch, and
similar smartwatches.
yeah, same brand, right?
Yep, same brand, different model.
Garmin, good brand.
Highly recommend.
So yeah, I wear this all the time, except when it's charging, or when I'm taking a shower. And so I wear it while I'm sleeping. Everything tracks how long I sleep, and it's fairly accurate. But I looked back through the app on my phone, and for that first month after we got back, I had, I think, 2 nights that I slept more than 4 hours. Yeah, it was insane. I've gotten more sleep lately, so that's good. Very, very nice. And Ruth has been able to, or she has been able to work more with Eliana during the night, so that, so I can get some more sleep.
That's nice.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's very exhausting, but it's so worth it. Being able to, I come home every day after work and just, get to hold my baby and gotta change her dirty diapers and I deal with her screaming every now and then. But it's just, I don't know, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
But then also learning now I'm responsible for another person. Like, I was already responsible for myself and I was responsible for my wife. But at the same time, she's also, she's an adult as well. She's independent. Like, it's a dependent relationship, but she's an adult. She can make her own choices. Stuff
She can
like
dress
that.
herself.
Yeah.
She can feed herself. She can decide whether a stove is hot or not.
Yeah.
She can lift her own head.
I mean, she can lift her head pretty well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your kid's really good at that.
She's 3 months old, by the way, in case anyone wanted to know. But now there's somebody that I have to make the decisions. I have to decide the bigger things, the whether or not we tell the doctor, no, we don't want to do this test for the 4th time, which we had to do. Yeah, there's, I have to make the decisions. Should I tell the doctor we don't want to do the test for the 4th time? And it's crazy. Like, you don't think about that too much. Like, it comes to it and you're just like, oh, now I gotta make this. Now I've got one more person I'm paying for. I gotta buy diapers. Diapers are stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't understand.
I mean, it almost makes you want to go back to the cloth diaper days.
Almost. Not quite.
Oh, we did that in our family for a little while.
Yeah.
It is possible, but it's difficult and disgusting.
Yep, exactly. Not worth it. Yeah, diapers, clothes. Thankfully, a lot of people have helped with clothes, so we haven't had to worry about that. Other stuff. There's just so much stuff that you have to purchase to take care of a baby. Yeah, so it's just, that's been the biggest new thing in my life.
Yeah.
Debating whether or not I'm making enough in my job. Should I consider something else? Which is something I've been thinking about because of some certain stuff going on in my job. I'm like, do I need to? Anyway, yeah. It's just, all these big things that, it's it's new. It's different. We've been married for last November was 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely long enough to set some habits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's changed.
So you've gotten used to being, a childless married couple, and now you're like, now we got a child.
Yeah. Yep. And so it's like, what do we do for raising her? What do we do for setting the rules of the household, etc., etc., and so forth?
Yeah. Disciplining, feeding, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And all of it, I think the one thing I think about, like, I'm in being in that situation, in not being in that situation, but wanting to be in that situation someday, is, oh boy, all of that will fall on me. Mm-hmm. Like, responsibility, if you actually understand it and respect it, is a very scary thing. Mm-hmm. Not like scary to the point where you're avoiding it, but scary to the point where you're like, I gotta be very sure of the decisions I'm making. Because, like, I'm literally affecting this child's life forever.
Yeah.
So it is a scary thing.
Not quite as deep and okay. Not quite as deep and big. I got a new haircut.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's different than
Oh yeah.
all the
that
haircut.
is new.
I've gotten the same haircut almost my entire life.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, let's try something new.
Huh.
I don't know if I like it yet, but we'll see.
I think it looks pretty good on you.
Yeah, so far I like it.
No.
So, cool.
And then I'm doing a new thing this summer, which is, and I already talked about it a little bit. I'm gonna be going part-time at my job. So I work at a school, but then there's ESY, which is extended school year. Mm-hmm. And that is just a part-time position that goes from 8:30 to 11:30. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be only working 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
As opposed to 8. Which means I gotta make more money other places. Mm-hmm. So, my plan is to do respite, which is essentially babysitting, but you get paid by the county, and it's usually with people with special needs, whether Down syndrome or autism, or other intellectual or physical disabilities.
And it's not always, if I'm understanding correctly, it's often with, like, older.
Yes, it could be with any age, including adults.
Because it almost feels like if they're younger than, like, 15, it's just babysitting.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's a couple of differences of just knowing. Like, for instance, if you're babysitting a 12-year-old, that is neurotypical. It's just like, make sure they don't do stupid things. Make sure they get their homework done. Mm-hmm. But I got a job babysitting, a 12-year-old with autism, and it's like, pick them up from school, and then you have to take them home. You have to get him food. You have to see if he eats. You have to make sure he gets his meds. You have to help him shower, help him bathroom, and so it's just a lot more demanding. But essentially, once you get to a certain age, like, 5, I'd say, is like an age where I feel like a lot of people could just kind of take care of a kid, regardless.
Yeah, 5 and under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and behaviors.
Oh, yes.
Dealing with behaviors. You have to, like, this kid, you have to keep him away from windows. Loves the sound of windows. Like, yeah. So he's broken a couple.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So you gotta keep him away from windows. They have the shades down on all of their windows.
Yeah.
Because for some reason he doesn't hit them if the shades are down. He's probably like, too much effort.
Yeah. That's so random.
Yep. Loves the sound.
That's crazy.
So, but yeah, so that's fun. And then on top of that, to supplement, if I'm not, especially probably for the first month, I'm hoping by the time I'm getting, I'm gonna be building up clients. For the first month, I'll probably be doing DoorDash as well to supplement the income. And then more long term, I'm doing video and photography business. Like, I'm probably going to focus more on video, but I have a photography client because someone's like, hey, you want to photograph my wedding? I'm like, sure. So the first thing is, of course, like I said, it's scary, but if you want to do something, if you want to make a change and do new things, you have to be more scared of not starting than of the risk. Because there's always going to be risk.
Yeah.
Of doing something else, like, because I had a stable job lined up for me over the summer that would have been like 7 to 8 hours a day, and it would have been cover my needs, but I didn't like it very much, and so I had to be like, all right, I'm gonna try to do this other thing to maybe help my future self, and build up some money. But yeah, you have to be like, okay, I actually want something different. Otherwise, if you don't want something different, then starting something different isn't going to do much for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's okay as well. Like, if you have a good job, you have a good life, and you're doing things according to God's will, and God just wants you to stay in where you are, like, praise the Lord. That's fine. But if you're like, okay, I need to make a change, things need to be different, then, like, let that drive you.
Yeah.
The second thing is it's not going to be smooth. So you might think you got a plan, you got everything researched, you got everything, like, you know what you're doing, which I'm not one of those people. I'm actually kind of on the other side, so I have to, like, force myself to plan. But, like, if you wait for everything to be perfect, like my roommate told me this too. He started a business and is now making quite a bit of money on it. If you wait for everything to go smoothly, you're not gonna do anything. Because it's not gonna start out smooth and it's not gonna go smooth. And so you have to be able to just start and just smooth it out as you're starting.
Yeah, not quite exactly along those lines, but for example, this child
didn't start out smooth.
Yeah, we'd been planning what are we gonna do for birth and all that stuff and blah blah. What's our plans?
Yeah, you had like a home birth idea of like we're gonna do it here and we're gonna have this set up.
And then 6 weeks before she was supposed to be born, eclampsia.
Yep.
My wife had a seizure. I called 911. She went to the hospital. They said the baby has to come out or she's gonna die. And yeah. So here she is.
All that planning, you had a plan for your new thing, and it didn't work.
No. We spent 3 days in the hospital here in Oshkosh. Then we drove down to Madison and lived there for a month.
Yep. Do you want to move to Madison?
No.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that goes perfectly into my next point of stuff I'm trying to learn is when one plan fails, pivot to another. So you guys, of course, in a very literal way, were forced to pivot plans.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might not be fully forced to pivot plans, but you might just be tempted to give up when a plan fails. Like, I got this plan. I know I have it set up. I'm going to make this amount of money, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, this is going to happen. I'm thinking about it in business, but in anything, whether it's I'm going to make it for the tryouts in sports of the sport that I like. Or it's, I'm gonna be able to go to college and get a degree for this. And then, like, your grant falls through and you don't have enough money. Or, whatever's happening. Oh, I'm gonna date this girl and marry her. And then that falls through because you guys, split ways. Like, you gotta pivot. You have to learn not to be reactive, not just reacting to things, but you have to have principles that guide you so that when things don't go according to plan, you can choose another path. So, like, if you, like, I'll use actually my roommate again, because he was originally just going to do websites. That was his main thing. He'd been coding all his life. He was good at coding. He's like, I'm just going to make websites and I'm going to sell them. That's going to be my business. And he is doing it and not getting a lot of traction. And he got, like, one person that wanted his website. And he's like, and the guy's like, do you also do marketing? Like, web marketing? And he's like, I could. And now he's completely web marketing. That's like the majority of his business.
Yeah.
And so, and now he's also doing web marketing and website selling, and he's starting a marketing team and all of that. And so he pivoted because his plan wasn't working out, and those are different avenues that he could take. So remember that if you're trying something new, whether it's moving to somewhere new and you think you know what's going to happen, or going to a new college and you think you know what your major is going to be, or starting a new business. If one plan fails, pivot. I used a chess analogy. I was able to beat someone who I consider, and I think most people would, to be smarter than me in a very literal way. My pastor. I'll brag on him for a little bit. He's a very intellectual person who knows a lot and thinks very carefully about things. And so I thought I was going to lose, for sure. But he explained, I ended up beating him, and he explained he was so focused on his single strategy that he didn't notice what I was doing around him, and he wasn't able to respond to my attacks, and then his strategy failed, and because of that, he was left with nothing left. And I was able to beat him because I more responded, reacted to what he was doing, and stopped every single one of his moves. And then we had one time where it was like we traded like 17 pieces. No, not literally, but traded a ton, and I ended up on top.
Yeah.
And so that's how you need to be in life. Not reacting, but responding. So if your job falls through, instead of being like, that was my plan, now I gotta move back with my parents. Or if you don't get the job you wanted, great. Like, sometimes you have to respond to the situation and pivot. Like, I watch these videos of, like, Dave Ramsey and other financial guys. I don't know if I can really recommend the other financial guys because some of them are, like, vulgar. But Dave Ramsey, watch him. He's great. And they'll be talking to people where they're like, I don't have a job. I can't find a job doing anywhere. And it's like, what jobs are you looking for? Oh, the one that specifically in my field that I got a college education for. And he's like, work at McDonald's. You have $0. Like, work somewhere, and then you can start looking for a job when you are working. But, like, they're, like, plummeting into debt and saying, I can't help it. I can't find a job. Because they have only one plan, and they're not willing to able to pivot.
Yes. Yeah.
So, versus, like, my dad, he did get a college education in electrical engineering, and then couldn't find any jobs.
Yeah.
And so he pivoted and went into shipping and to trucking. And then now that's his entire job, and he makes good money doing it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of some of our thoughts.
Yeah. So now it's your turn.
Yes.
Let us know in the comments something that's new in your life, and what'd you learn from it?
Or something that's new that you're going to try.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to try something new and you're scared, you don't know what you're going to do, let us know, and we want to come support you.
Yes.
Whether it's craft fair, school project, anything.
Yeah. But I think that's taken up our time for today. Thank
about
you.
A normal length podcast today.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us
Yes.
again on season 3.
Season 3. We've already gotten 3 seasons in.
It was a little bit of a bit at the beginning, but
it was actually based off of real events.
Yeah, we kept talking about every time we talked about this season. He's like, season 4, right? It's like, no, it's season 3.
So literally while we were trying to decide what to do for the intro, I was like, yeah, and so then I'll be like, welcome to season 4, and I meant that literally, and he's like, season 3. I was like, oh, we should do that. It's a good bit.
Yeah. But thanks for being back with us again.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.